Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child. To be honest.
It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because
Everyone noticed that her son hadn't changed much when she brought him to a religious event. Many people were worried about his health since she had decided to keep him off social media, not denying his wants and believing that his problems would be sorted later, but she was totally wrong, as if the delays weren't severe enough. A doctor who saw his live video feed on X verified what most people had been guessing about all along. Junior might never be able to talk unless they provide him substantial help to meet his developmental needs. When Chrisean first formally introduced Blueface to the world, she returned to Instagram after being away for months to boast about his virtues. However, people weren't really paying attention because the baby didn't move his head or have hand-eye coordination, so when they heard him cry, that's what made them smile. Blueface's mother made matters worse by blaming Chrisean for her son's behavior. In a live webcast, Crone was doing his best to act as though nothing was wrong while he was howling like a cat. She defended the Blueface tattoo on her face, and her child began sobbing in the background. She posted another video of herself feeding him. Fans noticed that something wasn't quite right. They also pointed out that he was only about 8 months old and didn't really react to the food or the spoon until it was close enough to him. When an 8-month-old sees food, why doesn't he want to grab it? Why didn't he behave like other babies when food was nearby? She was criticized for drinking and smoking while she was. People were claiming that Chrisean Jr.'s illness was a genetic disorder that had nothing to do with his drinking and smoking, but Chrisean yelled at them and refused to put up with the comments, calling them hate speech. Chrisean Rock is in denial when it comes to Junior, implying that his condition was caused by burying him. He isn't accomplishing his goals. When on his stomach, he should be able to support his head and torso with strength. He doesn't coo or smile. Observe that the milestones under discussion were made up to lift a parent's spirits rather than to honor a child's growth. How does it make sense? Although you all understand how much work it takes to conceive and raise a child, you would still be happy to see your child succeed in certain areas. These benchmarks give parents a sense of where their children are and make it easier for them to spot and address developmental issues if their child isn't performing certain tasks at the appropriate age. According to medical professionals who left comments online, Christine's kid had every sign of fetal alcohol syndrome. His tiny skull, flat face, large low-sight ears, and small eyes with folds in one corner may have resulted from obscene speech, but it might also have been the result of newborn alcohol withdrawal. Additionally, his pupils appear white rather than red in photos, which could suggest that he has a visual impairment. Despite this, he didn't seem to care and asked people not to try to diagnose him. After taking him to the doctor, she claimed to have found no problems with him.
That's my baby on the internet. My baby is healthy. They would have told me he had syndrome. He's healthy, bro. Just because that picture wasn't that cute doesn't mean I can diagnose my baby on the internet.
And Chrisean would have used the footage to refute her critics had she ever brought her child to the doctor. And everything had been well. Actually, she was documenting every moment of her child's life. I might add, is equally as lazy as Crotch chastised her for postponing their son's hernia surgery, saying she had other commitments. When the condition worsened, she only took Junior to have surgery after Blueface's outburst. And she wrote about how fast he was recovering. In an attempt to refute the allegations that her son was not getting better, Chrisean posted a video of her son trying to walk. We had never seen him walk, talk, hold a spoon, laugh, or do anything else that a normal 1-year-old child should be able to do at this age. But it only served to confirm what everyone else had been saying. Her former best friend Janet fueled the flames by suggesting that Chrisean was downplaying the fact that Junior needed help and that she was reprimanded for wanting a child maintain her relationship with Blueface.
Are in denial of stuff. It's like you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality.
After all,
Following all of the backlash, Christine gradually stopped mentioning him on social media and stayed away from Cash's persistent denial. And her refusal to take any further action to help her child demonstrates that people are upset, not because of his condition, but rather because he is a victim of his surroundings and the fact that Blue's mother, Clarissa, has repeatedly stated that her child does in fact have a problem. Doesn't help either. Clarissa explained that it's still heartbreaking to see Chrisean in this way when there were so many other possibilities, even though she has never been fond of him and may have transferred some of her rage and frustration to Junior.
My grandbaby and see that, and that was my first time seeing it.
Oh God.
And it did. It crushed my heart a little bit. It did. But I love all my kids no matter what I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie. My first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, Jing.
She would have to own up to her mistakes and face criticism from the public. If she had admitted that what everyone had been saying was accurate after they all saw her drinking and smoking, as if she didn't care, it would not have all resulted in this.
And because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind.
After seeing Konjar's behavior, Chrissy Sr. received negative feedback from others and made a Cash. She made a really poor choice. Therefore, it's time for her to quit playing the victim. Even if the kid didn't want to be born amid this pandemonium, he is an unhappy baby. So why are people shocked by Chrisean's son's potential special needs? Zeus recorded her smoking during her pregnancy because she was unprepared to have a child, and her negligence caused the baby to suffer. I feel bad for her son, not for her, because she knows she is to blame for his situation and refuses to acknowledge that she is in excruciating pain behind closed doors. I think she knows she is to blame for his shortcomings, but she still hopes he gets better. It's a major warning sign if a child is still unable to walk, talk, or even babble at 20 months. In addition to making a remark with your thoughts, what do you think about this issue? No one is there to help and support Cash and flag any mothers who are going through a lot. There will be more videos in the future, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.